Hi, welcome to my channel. Today I would like to walk you through the embeddings. So we're gonna learn what they are, like what problem do they solve. So we're gonna go through every step, and then I'm gonna show you also some real representation of embeddings. So we're gonna go through a little bit of code. Okay, so what embeddings are? The truth is that the simplest definition is they are representation of text. So basically, they represent the meaning behind the text. So not only the text itself, but they help computer understand the meaning, the context behind certain words, behind certain text, certain sentences, certain documents. It can be very broad, like there can be much data in there. So, for example, let's say the cat is sitting on a sofa, and for example, you have other sentence, the dog is laying on the bed. And like computer algorithmically doesn't have any clue what, like, if these sentences are equal. But to that problem, embeddings were discovered, basically invented. So thanks to that, computer, thanks to vector representation, so like, because I didn't mention that, so basically embeddings are vector, like number representation of the text. So thanks to that, computer can put certain text into certain meaning. So thanks to that, let's say these two sentences I told you, they are here. They are not equal, but they are very close because the meaning behind it is very similar. Actually, we have two pets, we have couch, we have sofa. Both of them, let's say, are resting. So these are very similar, and it can be applied to any other field. So basically, let's say there is an e-commerce app, for example, with products. So basically, thanks to embeddings, we can search for similar products. Okay, so now you know the basics. Basics of embeddings, what they are, what purpose they serve. So we're gonna go to next step, and I'm gonna show you how they actually look. Because I explained to you theoretically what they are, what they represent, but now we're gonna look at real embedding example. So basically, I created very simple Python application. As you see here, we have two endpoints here. This one is the most important for us. So basically, it's for creating embedding. So we are using this model. We are we integrated with sentence transformer. Here we are specifying the model that we want to use, and basically all the work is done by these tools that Python, by these libraries that Python offers. It's very, very great, and it's very, very simple. So basically here we'll just take the data that user sends, and here we use model encode right here, and we create embeddings thanks to that. And then we return it to user back. So let's test it out in Postman. So basically, as you see, I'm using this endpoint, embed, and I just typed here affordable smartphone. So let's send it. So as you see in body, in matter of actually not even second, but 0.25 second, we have embedding, and see how it look. Basically, it's array, so like it's list of floats, of decimal numbers. So basically here, as you see, it's long. It's not just one number. It's very long, so that this representation of it can understand everything, like context, semantic meaning, everything behind it. So basically it looks like this, and it's, as I said, it's not short, it's quite long. This is regular embedding representation. Basically we have like multiple options here, because I'm using very lightweight model. So these are it produces 384 dimensions. So it's I would say really light and very fast, thanks to that this embedding is not very long and big. So basically here you have, for example, some other models and possible options of dimensions here. So look, even there is, for example, 3072 dimensions from OpenAI, and imagine if this text, like is this vector, and this is 384 dimensions. Imagine what would happen here if we use 3000. So imagine the length of that vector. So basically, for the purpose of that video, I'm using the very lightweight and fast model here, yeah, that produces only this amount of dimensions. So let's do a quick test. We have this representation of vector. We're gonna take it out. We're gonna open new chat here with ChatGPT, easiest test possible, and we're gonna check what it tells us. So we're gonna do this, enter that first response, and now we're gonna go cheap phone. Yeah, cheap phone. So now we create embedding from that. We have embedding, and we enter second one, and we're gonna ask him to compare these two embeddings. And we're gonna look what's happening here. So you see, the answer is that estimated similarity is around 90%, yeah? So as you see, this is what we wanted here, yeah? So basically, thanks to that, we are able to compare two texts, and the vectors have the meaning, yeah? Have real meaning behind the certain text. And thanks to that, you are able to experiment and have fun. Just compare certain sentences. You can even compare certain texts. Like for example, create some story. You can create some like for example 2 stories that are highly similar, and check after creating the embeddings and creating very simple similarity engine. You can like quickly check if, for example, certain stories are similar. So thank you for today's video, and see you in next one.